Well, good morning. November the 5th. Why do these days feel like they go by so fast? We wait for them all year and it's just like tick, 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 tick. They just go so dang quick. Well, I've never been to this stand in actually 2 years now. Maybe a year. I only hunted it once last year. It's a great spot. Bedding area down below me. They also bed up on top here. There's a main trail that runs on my left here. They also come from right here. So I'm gonna do a little rattle. I'm in Hightower, Forkinator, and Fat Albert's territory. One of those bucks have got to be lurking by. I had that doe come by early this morning. So she was a trophy too, but I got bucks on the mind. Let's go. I went to pull my glove off, and my release was like stuck in my gorilla. But when I pulled my glove off, my freaking release fell when that buck came in. 12 yards. I'm an idiot. Well, I am back chasing Scar after my little faux pas this morning, dropping my release when the buck was 10 yards from the stand. That was a knuckleheaded rookie move. That's not going to happen again. What are you going to do? I'm back in the saddle. I'm chasing Scar. He's a great buck. I've had 2 incredible encounters with him. The rut's on, so I don't know if he's gone, moved on somewhere else now, or he's still hanging out nearby here. I guess only time will tell. There's got to be some other bucks that come through this area. He can't be the only one. So, here goes. November the 7th. These bucks are definitely moving. I'm going to go back to where I had the best luck, where I saw those other 2 bucks, and hope that one of them comes back. I mean, I know they're out looking for does now. Any other buck could slide to this area, but the fact that these big boys like this bottom area, I'm going to stick with it. It's about the best I got for tonight. Tomorrow I got a different plan, but for right now, it's time to get in. Wanted to get back in here on a northwest wind, which is blowing pretty much at my face. A couple of good bucks have been in here. I saw them. I'm not sure if they were here just because a doe was in heat, but I know it's a well traveled route. And I think that's the key at this point. Got to be in some of their travel corridors. This is one of them. We'll see what the night brings. Well, that's it for my November 7th. I guess off, I guess 4 bucks today. That last one was pretty good. Might regret it, might not regret it, I don't know. It was a good buck. It's the second time I've had him in here, but man, I know there's some bigger ones around here, so I'm trying to hold out. I guess we'll just have to wait to see. Maybe he won't be lucky on the third time around. Weather's gonna get colder the next couple of days, so I'm hoping that we'll start really getting these bigger boys up on their feet and really moving. I didn't think I'd be waking up this morning to an inch of snow, but this should be interesting. I'm going to definitely enjoy this hunt. What bow hunter doesn't want to get into a little bit of snow? There's nothing better than seeing those deer come through the snow for sure. But usually these first snowfalls, I usually don't have the best hunts, so I guess I'm going to stay optimistic. It's the rut. Anything can happen. I know this spot. I had that great encounter with that big 8-pointer. Now that I've worked out a couple of things that he is on the shoot category, if he shows back up, I'll definitely be letting an arrow fly at him. He won't be getting a pass today. Forkinator, geez, I haven't seen him in ages. Fat Albert, I've yet to lay my eyes on him. Hightower, geez, I'm like striking out. The 3 target deer that I've been wanting to get, just for some reason, have not been in this area. They got to have does somewhere for sure. So I'm going to grab my gear, jump on the Quiet Cat. I'm going to slide in there as least invasive as I can and get in there and sit for as long as I can. Something's got to slide through this place today. So join me as hopefully I finally not end up in the slump I ended up last year with eating tag soup with my Illinois tag. So let's go. Sure can't complain about that. Please. 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 Finally. Well, finally was able to get an arrow off today. Unfortunately, that nice buck busted me when he was right in my favorite zone at 10 yards, but I just couldn't pull it off. He was coming right in on me. I probably overdid the grattling, the grunting and rattling. That's a new term. I think I might trademark that term, grattling. So he tried to swing to get downwind of me, so I was able to get a 28-yard shot at him. The shot, unfortunately, on the video, it's just, I was zoomed too far out, so I really can't tell. I had everything else running, so I'm going to go back to the truck, leave him alone. Luckily, we got snow, which will help for tracking. I think I might be okay with this shot. I mean, I know what my eyes saw. I can't get a good read with the camera, but man, oh man, what a season. It's a nice buck. They definitely been moving more midday right now, so I'm going to get down, check this, check right where I shot him right here, because I saw where he ran up into that thicket, and and I'm just gonna slide out of here. Well, guys, finally, November the 9th, I get an arrow and a deer. It's been a heck of a season. I've been chasing them hard. I just have not been able to find the hit list bucks. And honestly, this buck wasn't even on the hit list. He's a nice 10-pointer, came in, double throat patch. He's a beautiful buck. You know, the shot looked good when I was in the stand. Then I started replaying it on the video recorder, and man, I just was like, I just can't tell. I saw a lot of shoulder blade, but I was hoping that maybe I penetrated it. I've talked to a couple other people, and you know, they're all thinking that I got a little deeper than what I think I got. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. You know, it's always when you let those arrows fly, you start getting a little nervous. So let's go ahead, and we're losing snow, so we're gonna hope that there's enough blood we can follow this buck and find my arrow and see what we got with a little bit of luck. Justin always said, a new bow, new luck. So hopefully this is gonna start off lucky for me. Let's go. Let's keep on going. I know they got a little bit more blood here, so it's looking a little bit more promising. So let's go ahead and keep looking. This looks better. There's definitely been some spraying going on, so hopefully I hit more than I realized. Oh, big buck down, thank goodness. I was worried about this one, there's no question about it. I honestly told everyone in our WhatsApp group that it wasn't looking good, but let's go take a look. Obviously, I was wrong. I'll admit. Full pack. There's my arrow. Laying right by him. You can't really tell with how broadhead broke off in him. You can't really tell how far it actually went in, but obviously it was in there pretty good because there he is. November the 9th, and I finally got a Illinois giant on the ground. Big mature buck. I can't be any happier with this deer. I mean, I've been hunting this spot on multiple occasions now, trying to figure out the wind, trying to get things right. I had a great encounter with a big old 8-pointer in here the other day and wasn't sure whether I had clearance to shoot him or not, purely because of the fact that the target's always been 140, 150-inch deer. But I tell you what, this is just a beast of a buck. Nice double throat patch he has, chocolate antlers. I mean, just a great buck. You know, I have to admit, I was worried about this deer. I really was. I mean, when I looked at that footage in the tree stand, I just saw that shoulder blade, and I was just like, oh, why couldn't I have been a couple more inches to the left? But I'll tell you what, this buck honestly didn't go more than 80 yards.
All right, walk me through after the shot. Immediately you're jacked up. I see your reaction. You're like, yeah, I shot one. You watch the footage, and then how were you feeling before the recovery? Be honest.
You know, one of the things of self-filming is you're always, of course, have the beauty of watching this footage. So, you know, immediately is the first thing you want to do is watch that footage. And gosh, Justin, oh man, I saw that and I was talking to you and I thought it was shoulder blade all day long.
And what was it? What did it end up being?
It wasn't shoulder blade. It was, you know, more
up and down,
more scapula.
Perfect.
It was you know, thin. It just poked right through it. I mean,
yeah.
Just double lung. I mean, he didn't go far at all. You know, obviously, I didn't get a pass through. Blood has more hard time.
All the YouTube guys out there are going to be yelling at you. You need a heavier arrow. You need more poundage. You need a single bevel broadhead. You need a whatever.
I probably need a lot of things. My shoulder's been killing me. My poundage is low. Probably need to maybe switch to a fixed, you know, blade broadhead at some point here. But bottom line,
but you are shooting a heavier arrow now.
500
too, right?
grain. Yeah, I switched some things up and more FLC. I'm shooting a 500 grain arrow. Dude, it smoked him. The bottom line is, yes, I was completely concerned. I waited, called you, backed out, gave it plenty of time, snuck back in there, and truthfully, yes, I went in there concerned, prepared for failure. Maybe I'm just gonna go right back to the stand tonight, you know, kind of a plan. But luckily I got down and I had the snow day. Come on, what's the chances of that, man? I woke up, that snow is out there, it's beautiful. Yeah. Quiet cat slipped in there, was just a perfect dream hunt.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you. I know it's a nice buck. It's a little weight off of your shoulders for this year. Feeling good. So next up, guys.
I feel like a buck that just finished the run. I'm ready to go lay down somewhere and just chill.
Get some food and lay down. So we're going to check in actually with me. I had a couple all-day sits here recently during the rut, so a lot of good activity. So We're gonna get some of the highlights.
While he's drinking his coffee. I see one more coffee post from you. Are you
Not me.
or drinking?
It's the rest of the team now.
Oh,
I've inspired everybody to drink coffee in the tree stand. I'm glad I can inspire people to do great things. So let's watch these highlights. All right, good afternoon, guys. It's November 14th, back here in Northern Illinois. You know, I've had a great rut. Seen a ton of deer, a lot of running activity. Just had a lot of really fun sits, but the older age class deer are just eluding me. I had a couple all-day sits out at my lease. We're gonna wind back to Thursday. The 8th was my first one. Saw a lot of deer. The biggest deer I saw was, I believe, a big fat old deer with a scrubby rack. I'm calling him El Gordo. I believe he was chasing does. I didn't get a ton of footage of him, but I'm pretty sure that was him up on the hill. So that was about the most exciting action I had on Thursday. Came back to this farm on Friday, sat in our standing bean plot, and actually had an encounter with the same 2 bucks you guys saw me have an encounter with earlier in this rut. The big 5x2 and that 8-pointer. They both ran by me at about Mach 12 chasing a doe. That was a pretty cool hunt that night. Saw 5 or 6 deer, which is a lot for this farm. After that, I went back out to my lease, and on Saturday I had an encounter with a real nice 3-year-old 8-pointer that just showed up on camera like mid-October. He wasn't there all summer. He just kind of showed up and never left. So we'll take a look at that real quick. So that was pretty much my excitement for Saturday. Had a bunch of does filter by me right at last light, just no bucks behind them. Go figure. Sunday I moved to a different spot, had a lot of activity, saw another 12 or 15 deer during an all-day sit. Most exciting encounter was first thing in the morning. Had a nice 2-year-old and a doe filter by me, and he was actually grunting kind of as he pushed her by me, so that was a pretty cool encounter there. And then later in the day saw another 2-year-old with a doe, and then what I believe was a 3-year-old buck in the afternoon came by. Again, just not a deer I was looking to shoot, so I didn't call to him or really bother him at all. He was limping pretty good, not really sure what happened to him, if he got in a fight with another deer. Well, it didn't look like anybody shot him, so hard to be sure. But that's kind of been the story of my rut. A lot of great encounters, a lot of chasing, a lot of running, grunting, fighting, roaring, you name it, I've seen it. Just can't seem to find a big buck, a bigger buck anyway. So maybe that will change tonight or this weekend. So I'm going to get back to this hunt and see if anything shows up tonight. It's a beautiful evening, cold, blue skies, high pressure, a little bit of an east wind. Let's see if these deer are moving tonight. Not a very exciting night. 1 year and a half old buck at about 3:15, and that was it. Not a doe, not a coyote, nothing. Just me and my mustache in a tree. So
wrapped up and then head home. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we'll have some better luck. Try a different stand, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Well, I mean, you're definitely getting into deer this year, Justin. It's probably one of the better years in a long time. You had a couple bad years, but this year it's been, dude. Well, we all go through them. But I mean, lately, this year has been a great year for you. You got nothing to complain about. You're seeing deer.
Ton of deer activity.
Heck, you're even telling me you're hearing them before you see them. That's because you're drinking your coffee.
I'm paying attention. But no, I mean, I've seen some great running activity this year. I mean, this is one of the best falls I've ever had as far as, hearing deer vocalizations, seeing bucks chasing does. Just none of them are deer that I want to shoot. I know there's a couple big ones out there, so still holding out hope with that second tag. Being that we get 2 tags here in Illinois,
Shotgun
usually you're a little bit pickier.
Rifle season's coming.
You're a little bit pickier with that second tag. So hopefully I'll still get another one before the season ends. Guys, next up we're going to check in with PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery on this week's Tech Tip.
Hey guys, what we wanted to talk to you today about is activating a thumb button release. A lot of bow hunters are switching to thumb triggers just to get away from the wrist strap. They've been having some target panic issues, maybe punching the trigger. Also, one of the great advantages of the handheld release is you can hang it on there, you can wear gloves. This is a release that you can activate with gloves, just a nice release. But anyway, this release does have a trigger, so you can punch it. We want to make sure you're not trading one target panic issue for another. There are 2 primary ways to activate this release to make sure that you're not punching the trigger. So one of them is to come to full draw. You're going to rest your thumb, wrap your thumb around the trigger of the release, and then you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So effectively what that's doing is pulling your release hand away from the bow, and as your whole hand comes backwards, that's going to pull that trigger into your thumb. The release is going to fire. A similar way is more of a relaxation method, in which you will come to full draw, get into your anchor, your hand is locked in place, you got your thumb around the trigger, hands relaxed, and now what you're going to do in that position is you're just going to allow your wrist to relax. When you do that, your hand is going to stretch open, which is going to allow the release to pull forward, which is going to pull the trigger into your thumb. The release is going to fire that way. So try those methods, see if that doesn't help you activate your thumb button this fall. Back to you guys.
I'm not sure I'm prepared to do the thumb release. I can't keep my wrist straps on. I don't know that I'm prepared to have anything. I need stuff strapped to me. I'm just saying.
Enough. I mean, I switched over to a thumb trigger a couple years ago, and that was a great tip from PJ because I think there's a lot of people out there that are switching to that, thumb button or thumb trigger activated release, but they don't really know how to shoot them properly, right? I mean, when you go to the store and just pick one up in a package and buy it, like you don't know what the heck you're doing.
And it's freaky the first time you do it, because I tried to do it, dude. It was freaky.
There's no doubt. A few arrows the first couple times I shot those releases. So thanks to PJ and the guys over there at Lancaster for putting that video together. Next up, we're going to take a look at the trophy photos for this week's episode.
Aaron Roca,
Brad Benson,
Hunter Christensen,
Jacob Stone,
Jeff Cooper,
and Matt Repsa.
Congratulations, everyone. Those are some great trophies. Luckily for a couple of you, I'm in a great mood because I did shoot a buck, and this is my episode. So Justin and I agreed on Hunter Christensen as the winner, but you know what? I am feeling very gracious right now. You know what? Brad and Aaron, I'm putting all you guys. You 3 guys, you guys
Brad
are
and
winners
Aaron,
this week.
these guys here?
Yeah, I like those guys
man.
too.
Hunter Christensen, Aaron Roca, Brad Benson. This is like one of those Oprah memes where it's like, you get a prize and you get a prize. Everyone gets a prize.
This is America. These 3 guys are getting prizes. Those are 3 good-looking deer. Matt, Jacob, Jeff, don't be upset. Jeff, you gotta tuck those legs. I know they're hard, and trust me, there's some footage of me like jumping on my deer's legs like this. This is the kind of stuff you do to get good photos, guys. Come on. Are you pushing? We got it. Dude, they're hard to tuck in when they hit rigor mortis sets in. So you got to tuck those legs. Matt, you're in the shade. Jacob, you know what? I'm going to let you win too. So there you go. 4 people. I thought. No, that's it. Those 4 guys are winning.
That's it.
66% of entrants win this week.
There
so
you
congratulations
go. It's
to
a good
Jacob.
week for you guys that have been in this.
It's out of control. I'm going to ask Todd for a raise after this. Okay. All right, guys.
We're done.
That's all the action for this week's episode of Bowhunt or Die. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you check back soon. We got a lot of other great hunts coming your way. The rut is still rocking and rolling, so don't get rut anxiety or rut depression. Hang in there, and we'll see you next time.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and receive live updates from our team members, as well as the latest happenings in the bow hunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and Bowhunt or Die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more.
I tell my kids, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit.
All right, how's that work out for you?
Yeah.
Really well, they don't throw any fits ever.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. I've called a few times.
Check out that sweet mustache. That looks awesome.